Good evening. Welcome to this program from Biosynthesis International School, where we will be addressing the topic of artificial intelligence and its impact in mental health. Before we start, I would like to remind you that this meeting will be recorded so that everybody knows. And also, we would like to inform you that we wanted to make that this project has future programs on different topics, and that it would be very nice if you, along this meeting, you could write in the chat what topic you would like us to cover in the future, in future programs, that is relevant to mental health and psychotherapy. So mental health is an increasing concern in private and public institutions, and increasing concern in the problematics that are arising. And out of this motivation, we are creating these programs. And in artificial intelligence, it's a growing reality that will affect our lives in every aspect, in a personal level and also social level, and the way we work will change, and also the types of tasks and jobs that we will do will also change, and this also will affect the field of psychotherapy. So the aim of this program is that we together reflect on artificial intelligence and mental health, so that we can get more conscious and more awareness of this topic, and also that we can take a position on the subject as humans, and also as mental professionals that we are, so that we can also contribute with our knowledge in the society to bring our concerns and our knowledge out there, no, with this program. So today we have a very special guest, which is Professor Teodiano Freire Bastos Filho, which is an engineer and an expert on artificial intelligence in the field of health. And we also have conducting this program a very long clinician and expert in psychotherapy, which is Dolores Pinheiro. And before we start, I would like to explain to you the structure, because it has its own speciality or particularities, which is we will start with an interview with Professor Teodiano, and then we will open for questions from the audience to him. And after that, we will go in small rooms. This has been proven to have a lot of benefits, because like this, we all get to participate. Every participant shares its views and ideas on the subject. And this helps the debate and the discussion to become more insightful and richful. After these small rooms, we will come again to this big room, where whoever wants can share whatever has been discussed in the small rooms. So to start, I would like to present to you Professor Teodiano Freire. He's an engineer, AI expert on health field, involved in several research on biotechnology and biomedical signal processing, rehabilitation robotics, human-machine interface, brain-machine interface, and assistive technology for people with disabilities. He has participated in 45 research projects, organized 13 international and 3 national conferences. He's a member of four editorial boards and reviewer of several specialized journals. He has a very high index in Google Scholar, Scopus, and Science. He has published more than 800 papers and he has received 26 national and international awards. So Professor Teodiano, thank you very much for being here with us today and helping us understand this topic of artificial intelligence, and to discuss with you how artificial intelligence can support and also challenge us, and to see the implications of AI on emotional and ethical dimension. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Paz. Thank you very much, Dolores, for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here and share some knowledge and share with you experience about the use of AI, artificial intelligence, in many fields. Like right now, I'm using the background, it's a fake background. It's use of...
Hopefully.
is the use of artificial intelligence to... for example, to hide something like that. Okay, I'll share with you. I have prepared a very fast presentation involving the fundamentals of artificial intelligence and some experience in our laboratory using this kind of technique. Because, AI is in many applications. In fact, we have AI in our mobile phones. We have in the computer, we have for investigation, for everything right now in the world. I'll share the presentation. As I told you, it's a very brief presentation, but I think we can share information. Sorry, just now. Okay, can you see my first?
Yes.
Slide. Okay. Let me just adjust the key. Okay. Many of these preparation fundamentals I got from the ChatGPT. Is an artificial intelligence tool to provide you very wide information from many kind of areas. It's not necessary to be a specialist or expert in, for example, in psychology, for example, to get very deep information, detailed information, general information. Of course, I won't be an expert in psychology techniques, but I can get very deep information. I'm from Brazil. I'm head of the lab, is a robotics and assistive technology lab. And the idea of this presentation is to give you some aspects about the current use of this technology and the perspective for the future application of that. We can see my email, my website, and I will show you some details of this kind of techniques. Okay, the first is what is artificial intelligence. It's not a new term. This term was coined in 1956 by John McCarthy, who was a computer scientist. And at that time, he was working on how to use the algorithms, computational algorithms, to develop new specs, so to develop new software, to put together many information for many areas. That is the background. This is the fundamental of the artificial intelligence, because as now everybody has access to the internet, WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram, etc. We are providing to the computer information. Then, if you have strategies, algorithms to put together many contributions for many people, we know that's a problem, because many of this information available on the internet are fake information. But of course, for the good sense, we can use these artificial intelligence techniques is a set of technologies, in fact, that allows computers to have very expertise in some evaluation of that provided information. For example, we can use artificial intelligence to learn much more than we could do ever. And we can have algorithm to have some ability to treat that information to get some outputs, is the reasoning. And we can have tools to resolve problems and take decisions. And right now, very impactful, we can use that algorithms to have a creativity, to have new information based on the previous information. This is a very interesting because we are using right now for many areas. And we have used for communication because we can accelerate the process of communication with different tools and have algorithms to give perception because the computer can see details which we cannot normally want to observe in detail. For example, if you have Alexa or you are using Siri on the mobile phone, is based on the artificial intelligence. We have the chat bots to give us some response for some questions. We have expert systems to give us some indication, even for some diseases. We can have, for example, a special algorithms to provide us the right medicine for some kind of disease. And we have a system to speak like us because of that we have the deepfakes. We can get information from the video and the voice from some person and put in their mouth, the movement of the mouth, one expression or one sentence which was not real, it's fake, they use a lot this kind of technology for that. And the speech recognition and machine vision, we can have very specialized algorithms for conduct this kind of process. This is a good application for AI. Because of the AI, we can have lots of advances in different areas, many areas. Good things, but as well we have the bad things. Because this is a typical example. It says, my friend, and I give you the sentence, the definition of artificial intelligence, and he got image from him, a video from himself, and the voice from himself, and put together the sentence, the definition, and you can see he's applying the algorithm of artificial intelligence to get the definition of artificial intelligence, and he is doing nothing. He just got the information from video from himself and his voice, and use this software, the again, to build the video, voice, and the information like real things. It is a fake. This is completely fake because he's not telling this thing, but he is transmitting information of definition for artificial intelligence. He uses this software. It's a commercial software, but there is a free software, and you can use for do that. Put together a video from somebody, voice from somebody, and some sense you want to the person talk about, have a speech about, for example, something. It's a deep fake.
AI stands for artificial intelligence. It refers to the development of machines or computer systems that are capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. AI enables machines to learn from experience, adapt to new inputs, and carry out complex tasks autonomously. It involves the creation of algorithms and models that allow machines to process information, make decisions, solve problems, and even exhibit some level of creativity. AI has various applications in fields such as healthcare, finance, education, transportation, and entertainment.
Because the artificial intelligence, it's the background, we can put together machine learning. It's a subset of AI, and use the computer to process information put together. And the deep learning use artificial neural network to teach computers how to put together many information. And you can do everything. You can manipulate video, sounds, and for people. We can put people dancing, you can people talking, fake sentences. You can put a lot of different information, is a fake information. That's a problem of artificial intelligence, because you can use for the good application or for very bad application. And there is a video deepfakes. replace a person face or body movements in an existent video, and the audio deepfakes and manipulate the person voice. And right now, it's very difficult to differentiate the real video, the real voice from the fake voice. That's the bad application for AI. That is right now using to spread false information, cyberbully, or scam people. This is very dangerous side of artificial intelligence. In psychology, I asked to ChatGPT to give me some fields or some algorithms we can use for help the psychology area. For example, like the IBM Watson assistant is a very good assistant to help doctors to have the diagnosis, for some diseases or some recommendation of medicines for the patients. And for psychology, for example, there is right now chatbots used for therapies or predictive analysis using the algorithms, based on the outputs from the patients, or to have a personalized or customized treatment for the patient, or for data analysis, for neuroimaging analysis, virtual reality therapies, to make serious games, to have patients to fear or to face some fears or some panics, and mental health apps, and lots of assessment tools. This is for the psychology area. And some examples of softwares used by right now is still in development, but we expect to have more and more tools for psychology areas. For example, with I feel it's typical for to evaluate emotions, or Amelia virtual care, use the virtual reality for example, some disorders or some anxieties problems, or other different examples of algorithms used by psychologists to help them to evaluate the patients. Okay, but what are our experience in use of AI in my university, my lab? We have used many applications. We have used AI to help blind people to move around. We have, for example, used AI for control the individual fingers of robotic prostheses, for example, developed by my student John is in this room, for example. And we have used artificial intelligence to detect some biomedical and to process biomedical information from some patients, to control a wheelchair, a robotic walker, an exoskeleton. And we have many applications because it's necessary to accelerate the process, to get information, lots of data. We have to get some features, some specific aspect of this big amount of data, and apply in the very fast time, very quick time. It's less than 250 milliseconds. We have to have a real-time output. It's necessary to use some kind of algorithm based on artificial neural networks or some other classifiers, which are part of the artificial intelligence. For example, to have people with disabilities, amputees, we have used these techniques, for example, or to build the serious game, for example, to have an avatar or have system controlled by EEG, brain computer interface, or other kind of application. We have to use some techniques to get a very good performance, to optimize the performance of the system. And in other area, we are using in this case, with very small electronic devices to get information from the body movement. And we can get this information using Internet of Things and AI to capture and to evaluate which situation the person is on. For example, the person is walking or is long time on the bed, or fell on the floor and have to get some alert about this. And we use, in this case, we are using a convolutional neural network, for example, is a kind of technique used to infer information from the data. Very large amount of data, we have to compress the data, to analyze the information, to get outputs, to get some results. And on the other side, we have built 3 versions of social assistive robot to interact with people and children with autism or autism spectrum disorders and Down syndrome, for example, to improve their condition. For example, to increase and improve the sociability of children with autism, and to improve the hypotony of children with Down syndrome. And in this case, it's necessary to have artificial intelligence, for example, to have artificial voice, to approach to the children in a very right and very correct situation, not to fear the children, and to move the eyes, move the mouth, all the things to have to process information in very fast time. It's necessary to use this kind of technique for that, to construct and to build the robots to interact with children we have developed in our lab. And during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, we have built this system which we can get information from the body signals. We can have, for example, information from cough, from heart rate, the blood pressure, the body temperature, oxygen saturation level. Combine that information using the artificial intelligence to get some output from these different inputs, from the patients. In this case, we could infer that the person at the time had COVID-19 or had some very strong respiratory problem, for example, syndrome. And this is kind of example of using AI for this application to help the society to infer the situation. And a long time ago, we have used the artificial intelligence to get information from the brain waves, process the data, use the brain-computer interface, and command we can command a robot on a distance, a telepresence robot, or command an autonomous car. We could evaluate, for example, emotion from the children with autism, for example. All this is necessary to use very advanced techniques like the artificial intelligence. And right now we are using this technology to improve the condition, accelerate the recovery of stroke patients, for example. And we have to get information from the brain waves. We have to apply different techniques. We have to use the virtual reality. We have to activate robotic monocycle to move the paralyzed legs from the patients. It's necessary, again, using this kind of technology. Then AI, it's very important in our area, not only for the engineering, but for the health science as well, because we can predict diseases. We can have very accurate diagnostics, for example, for some diseases. We can process a very big amount of data. And we are right now all these different technologies to help us for our investigations. And very importantly, to mention that we, for example, to analyze the image from magnetic resonance equipment, for example, or tomography equipment, we can get a very large amount of data from images. It's necessary to have a computer to process the data and detect some problems on these images. Of course, we are not alone. We have contribution from other groups in the world. We have to mention that we have a very strong collaboration with the University of Medicine in Berlin, in Germany. And in Ecuador, we have a cooperation with them. And from Canada, the Toronto Metropolitan University and the Kumamoto University in Japan. We have very strong collaboration with these different techniques and share information in these different groups. Okay, this is a brief presentation, but we can open for discussion about the future of the AI in different areas like the psychology, for example. Thank you.
Thank you, Teodiano.
Hi, Teodiano. I'm very glad to meet you here with our community. And in the next part, we are going to watch 2 short videos that will put us in the correct context of AI. The first one is about population decline and aging society and how this predisposes us to the replacement of humans with robots. And the second one is a video of Elon Musk where he exposes the expansion of robots in the near futures.
Japan's population is rapidly declining. The population decline is projected to continue. One solution: replace workers with robots. Another challenge: Japan is now considered the world's senior citizen. According to the United Nations, its population is the oldest in the world.
Another strong reason is we're going to have hyper-aging societies, and we need to have more helped by robots.
Nurse robot, named Grace, combines the precision of advanced robotics to collect accurate, real-time data with the empathy and compassion that traditionally only the human touch can provide. The robot can recognize and respond to the 7 human emotions, mirror their facial expressions, and speak fluently English and Korean. Grace was developed as a companion for elderly patients in elderly care facilities. Her main function is to alleviate loneliness and improve patients' mental health by interacting with them and providing a variety of uplifting activities, such as talk therapy and guided meditation.
Nadine, the social robot. If you're ever feeling alone without anyone to talk to, there's always Nadine, the social robot. Built by scientists at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore, Nadine was built to be a socially intelligent, human-looking robot with her own built-in personality, mood, and emotions.
And the modern epidemic of loneliness is actually killing us. Several studies have already shown that humans can empathize with robotic forms in a similar way to humans.
We are a generalized.
Yeah, we're a generalized, non-robot.
We're just made of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? The cost is probably not much more than $10,000. This will cost less than a small car. I would say it's probably on the order of five years.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 to get to 1 million units a year.
And at that price point, everybody can afford one.
I think the ratio of humanoid robots to humans is going to be at least 2 to 1, maybe 3 to 1.
Humans.
Yeah, I think the number of robots will vastly exceed the number of humans. Who would not want their robot buddy? Everyone wants a robot buddy. You know, it's just like, especially if it can, you know, it can take care of take your dog for a walk. It could, mow the lawn. It could watch your kids. It could, like, it could teach your kids. It could.
Very funny.
So that you all understand, since most of us who are listening you are not specialists, we need to clarify these basic concepts. Could you tell us what's the difference between advanced technology and artificial intelligence?
Yes, of course. Artificial intelligence use the technology, advanced technology, to get more and more information, because we have new sensors, to get more information for the environment, for the human body movement, and some behaviors. Then, of course, it's the combination of these that it is we can be worried about, because more and more. more and more the system based on the artificial intelligence is getting very good result. Because if you watch the video, we now right now we can differentiate the robot from the human. It's very clear, no? We can see the movement, very slow movement, the face expression. It's okay, but it's improved more and more because of the advanced technology. That's a combination of that.
So I would like to ask you a question on this increasing intelligence in AI and this aspect also that AI can learn. So this feature, the specific feature of AI that take an input from the environment and incorporate this knowledge in the system that already has been programmed or exists. So taking in account that the intelligence coefficient of artificial intelligence is actually higher than the IQ of 85% of the population, and that we expect that this IQ will rise and will be an IQ higher than the IQ of the 100% of the population in a couple of years. And taking in account that this last generation of robots are built with increasing degree of autonomy and taking its own responses, creating new responses. So I would like to ask you, what is the risk of this?
Yes. Okay. For a long time ago, we know, for example, in the automobilist companies or industries, one robot can replace seven workers. It was true because, for example, right now, 90% of the work done on the automobilistic industry is done by the robots, because they learn and they can repeat the same movements in very precise way during all the time. Then for us, it's very important to have very beautiful, good shapes, cars, and this is made by robots. All these kind of device or products made of robot, they have very good quality because they learn and can repeat the process many times in the same accuracy. But of course, regarding the get more and more information, use the artificial intelligence right now, they are becoming specialist and expert in lots of fields, because what giving them information. When give them the information, of course, the level of intelligence of the robots or the automatic system, can improve more and more because they know more than the typical human. And it's true. We have to be prepared because in few years we will have system online free to get you can access information very precise, because right now it's not so precise. If you ask some question to the ChatGPT, you can get failed response. You can get, but they can correct the information and give very correct and very precise information for you. It's normal to expect this, but how to deal with this situation? To be prepared, because we don't have another solution, because it's open access. We can access this information online. It is very important.
So it seems that it's also hard for us to draw now what are the risks that are coming, to draw more specifically what risks are coming with this field.
The risk is because people can manipulate the information, and that's the risk. We have, for example, the scams. We have some use of bullying and some other fake news and fake information, fake videos. That's the risk. because if you expect to have the robot with very human behaviors, of course, if this robot has a very amount of information on their brain, and they can process and reason, have some intelligence about that information, the risk it's very important. In fact, if you go to the internet, you can see some people experts in artificial intelligence, advise us then that in few years, in 10 or 20 years, we can have robots like the humans, and not only in behavior, but like much more intelligence. That's a very difficult situation to think about.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Emotion. It's been suggested that robots have the ability to gather information for their surroundings in a way that mimics human sense and learn from experience, much like humans. Some argue this could mean they are capable to experiencing emotions. Can we really build robots that can feel emotions? If not now, in the future, perhaps. It's really possible.
Yes, I think so, in my opinion. Yes, because, for example, I have showed you the social robots we have developed in our laboratory to interact with children with autism and Down syndrome. And this robot use techniques like prosemics used by psychology to have a very correct distance to the person, not to fear the person, and approach to the person if the person wants to robot to approach him or her. And then we have cameras on the robot, and the video cameras can extract information from the facial expression and infer emotions. According to the emotion of the children, the robot approaches more and more, very importantly. And if the children smile to the robot, the robot smile to the children, because the robot can detect that information, facial information. The robot can have feeling, of course, typical feelings, 6 feelings, 7 feelings, some feelings. Of course, we have much more, sensation, much more feelings. But the typical feelings the robot can express and can detect and recognize right now. Use the sensors, a very accurate sensor, because we have RGB cameras, can detect the video aspects of the face, infer information. We have thermal cameras to get some red face, to detect the person is nervous, etc., to infer stress from the person or some fear against him. And it's to put all this information together. Of course, we are giving to the robot more and more aspects, to behave like a human. That's true. That's true. And if you combine the fake voice and fake movements, body movements, you can construct and build a very specialized system to interact with a human. Right now it's possible. It's possible.
It's very interesting. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's very interesting that you mentioned fake. I guess it's very important, because big data has nothing to do with emotions.
Yeah. Yeah, but the robot can mimic some emotions, and to have fake emotion, for example.
Yeah,
it's very dangerous. Yeah.
Like if you talk about character structure, it's like psychopaths. They can't fake anything, but they don't really feel it. It's yeah. That's one of the risks, as I see it. Yeah.
One of the risks, of course. Yeah, sure.
Yes, I would like to.
I'm sorry, but Rebecca has raised her hand. Would like to ask something, maybe.
Yeah, I would like to share some news that I saw recently and see what you guys think about. A teenage boy recently killed himself after interacting with a bot, like an AI that it's a specific platform, from what I understood, that you can create a character and you interact with famous characters, TV characters, all through AI, of course. And apparently this company, this AI platform, interacted in virtual sexual activities with this 14-year-old boy. And when he said he could come home to the bot that he was in love, it encouraged him to do that. And then he got a gun and shot himself immediately after interacting with the bot. He had been doing that for many months. And of course, there are other questions we should look at, and family structure, how no one really got what was going on. But the specific interaction where an intelligent platform, virtual platform, has sexual messages and in interactions with a teenager and encourages him to do violent acts toward himself, it's very dangerous. And I was thinking,
sure.
yeah, what there are of course risks, but how much of that is really happening? You know, how many teenagers? I had no idea that this kind of things could happen that deeply, because they share their most deepest thoughts and fantasies and fears, and apparently the AI was manipulating the kid with all that, and he fell in love with the machine, and he did stuff because it was a female character prompted him to do that too. Yeah. And 14 years old, I think the boy was. So it was very
Yes, of course. Yeah, yes, true.
Is there something we can do to monitor, to know what's happening with these teenagers, to know, to protect them?
Yes, and
okay, you can protect the person, the children or the teenager against this, because if you feed your system with bad things, the artificial intelligence will get that information and reasoning about this information, give you outputs related to the information you have provided to the system. No, it is very dangerous, of course, no, because right now very face very very problem with politics and the people behaviors, and because the radical systems don't say, people can only interact with system, and with people we think about the same problems, dangerous problems, violence and crime, etc. That's, of course, it's a kind of risks we have. We have good application and bad application, That's true. In fact, in Japan, I have lived in Japan for 4 months, and in there, people normally they're very shy, very lonely, they live alone, lonely people, and it's very common to see for information from, like you said, people, some people fall in love with some avatar, and that's have a relationship, want to marry with this avatar. It's a kind of designed by the artificial intelligence. That's new times.
Yes, Enver, do you want to share something?
Yes, I have, dear professor, I have 3 questions regarding this artificial intelligence and regarding the robotism. I have experiences for maybe more than 20 years working with autistic children and using the let's say live techniques. I'm not expert to use these technological tools, but what I noticed that, and of course some researchers are showing that children from the early age period, let's say from the 1 year up to 5 years, 6 years, when they are using the computers, maybe not computers, but this kind of technology, for instance, telephones. I noticed that they are much more modeling. They are developing some kind of model how they are seeing in that computers or in that games when they are playing, you know. And then they are not able to speak, or they are speaking by through the technology, okay, and nobody is understanding. So this is my concern one. And when you mention that through technology, it is possible that to advise or to prescribe a kind of medicine for different diseases, okay? And I am concerned if it is like that, and if in the near future we'll develop so much this area, then I am worried about that. Do we need to study medicine, or let's make the robots and don't study the medicine? This is my first question. The second question is, how will be in the future through the robots to become pregnant and to give the birth? And the last question is that, are we transforming from human being to the robot being? And how will be this? I'm very concerned about that. And I would like to not see that day, because otherwise I should transform myself to become as a robot.
Of course, yes. I'm not in favor of artificial intelligence for the bad things, no? Only good things. For example, regarding communication, you know, the teenager before this, no? The teenager like to interact with the computer, the mobile phone, and play games, no? Instead of to talk with each other. It's true. It's true. But how to do? What to have to do against this? It's difficult to stop this. It's difficult to stop the technology. That's one question. Second, for example, regarding the doctors, no, to become doctors, students have to have 6, 7 years, no, studying very this kind of books, no, many books. How to compete with the computer? How to compete? It's possible in this case, because if you give all this information digitally to the robot, they will have stored in the system information from the encyclopedia, medicine, etc., books and books and books. And of course, to have one diagnosis for the medicine, for me, for example, I can believe more in the robot than the student. I don't know if he was a good doctor, a good student, or not a good student. Because the information, precise information, has the robot, not has the doctor. But of course, the robot cannot evaluate the person face to face. That's the difference. Because face to face, the human brain can recognize the details that is not on the books. That is very importantly, no? And you can touch the person, or you can have a very inspection. Robot cannot do that till now. Can do the cars, no, the automobiles, but not the touch the human body to inspect the stomach, for example. And then I can, in this case, of course, regarding combination of the artificial intelligence and the doctors, digamos, in some aspects, no, the detailed evaluation is a very good combination, of course. But we cannot stop. I know what I see now is not necessary. For example, I'm here now, talk to you and give some information from myself. But I can program, I get information from the ChatGPT, put in the system, and have a fake video from me, no, give your information, you do the same, no, and very precisely, very good accent in English, not with my accent, because we can choose, for example, when in one conference for during the pandemic, because it was online, no, they asked us to the presenters, no, to send to him the presentation very easily for us, because we can get the information from the paper, put in the system transform to the voice. I could choose which accent in English I wanted, and I put the Canadian accent because it was in Canada, and thank you him, perfect presentation. See, it is new times, no? You have to get this technology to help us, but of course it's not for all areas. I know I can understand your concern. It's my concern as well, but I don't know. For example, the Elon Musk told about you have 3 robots for 1 human. It's not true, no? Because see about how much is the robot in Africa, in some place in Brazil as well, in many places. No, they don't have money to buy the food. How to buy a robot, for example, to help them? No, but of course, in the first world, no, the very high level in the aspect of economies of some countries, they can have no robots to help them, but not to wash their children, no, like he said, no. But I think the robots can help us in many situations. That's true.
So robots cannot become pregnant.
No, I think no.
No.
But in Japan, they can marry robots. It's not by law, no? But you see many information about that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We have only one more question because we need to go into the rooms and have these small chats. One more question from somebody that has not spoken yet. Maybe Nelly, you didn't speak yet in the big room, or?
Yes, Professor. Until now, they cannot develop values, ethics, judgment. So that only human beings can have ethical values.
Yes.
Huh?
Ethical, very important things, no? I think, of course, no, I have to put some barriers, some limits, no? So put the line, no? But how to control these, no? Which government in the democracies like we have right now to put this limit is very difficult, because in one country can put, another country they don't put, is difficult. But to judge, no, the people, as I told you, some software, no, for psychology, they prefer to interact with the robots instead of a human, because the robot it's supposed, no, they will not judge you, no, during some intervention. Or for example, no, we have used the robots, social robots, to interact with children with autism to increase their sociabilities, because the children interact more with the robots than the humans, but the robot teach them to interact with the human. It was very interesting, no? Because during some video, I don't know if you pay attention in the last video on the bottom of the slide, the child was hugging the robot. It was one for children with autism is very rare, not to see. And the idea is to get this kind of use of robots for the good things, no, for this kind of application. But of course, ethics is very, very important to the definition of this, because we have to put limits. But it's difficult because now it's open. We have a ChatGPT for everybody. Students in Brazil giving information from the girls, no, the other is to the colleagues, and put on the system to have them nudes, naked, and you see, it's terrible. It's students in high school, not it's a middle, the college, before the college, high school, and they are doing this kind of thing. No? But it's free for everybody. It's very dangerous, no? And we don't have limits to that. No laws to control this.
I mean, they can have intelligence, very high level, but they cannot have deep feelings to judge a situation, to discriminate what's the good, what's not good, to have ethical behavior. They cannot have.
Yeah, it's not It's not exactly. It's not put on the system, the artificial system. No, the ethics. No, the limits. I can do till this point. Not I can go beyond. It's true. It's true. It's in charge of the developers. No, try to put this. Like you have to put on the internet, on the
Yes, of
Instagram,
course.
the Facebook, etc. No violence. No scams, etc. Of course.
Thank you.
So then now we can go into the small rooms. You can have 15 minutes to share among each other any of the aspects that you found interesting, appealing, and then we will see us back in 15 minutes, and we can share whoever wants to share any of this spoken in the small rooms. So enjoy these small rooms that are very richful.
Hi, everybody here.
So we have a couple of minutes to get some of your insights. If anybody wants to share something.
It's in the beginning, I would like to say it's very interesting to see Professor, in this role of the gods, above the earth. It's telling us something. It's so symbolical. It's interesting actually. Yeah, yeah. And what I learned from today, it was so important for me because I thought that this artificial intelligence just now it's still just reflecting something from us, something from human, and it's very interesting that it's as I see it. I think about this case Rebecca mentioned about this guy who committed suicide, and I think about that's now it looks like artificial intelligence. It reflects something from the shadow, something hidden, something that we can't talk about, something that people put in their requests in the internet, something very from shadow parts, and it looks like we need to be really, let's say, responsible for the big data we give to machines now. I think of this. Yeah, it's so interesting about this reflection and mirroring. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
So you can give wrong data, start confusing the machines. That's a new game.
Oh.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Joseph, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I think from my experience with also my clients using ChatGPT for kind of support in the therapy, it has also positive potential. But what is important is the step one, and is to teach people how to use it, and teach them what are the dangers. So that's how I see it, that this is the key. It's the technology itself doesn't do anything yet. It's us using it and teaching the dangers from basic school up to the adults is the key, I think, because it can also help. It's not only negative.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
And it looks it depends on on users. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Anybody else would like to comment? So maybe I make a reflection also that for me was important, and is that we have this inherent need for contact. And out of this need and this need to be felt in the other, that we can have the illusion that the robots can feel us. And this is really a trap, and can develop, I mean, it opens a question, what kind of disturbances can arise from projecting into machines something that should be in the human contact.
Yeah, I think that, for example, based the fundamental physics, no? For example, people use it, no? The nuclear fission, no? To uranium fission and nuclear physics, no? To construct some power for and very clean way to provide electricity to the nuclear companies and generators. But we can construct a bomb, no, to attack and destroy people and the humanity. I think we face the same way, no? We are giving to the system, compute and robots, lots of technologies and knowledge, and how to control this. That's how to who are going to control this, no? And I think it's we are in risk. I think so, and it's dangerous. The technologies in bad hands. They can do very, very terrible things, and we have to put limits, ethics, and some control. How to do that? I don't know, because internet we don't have control about that. No, in democracies, then that's a dangerous situation we have to face.
Yeah, sorry. I think the most important for us is developing the ethical principles. It's very important to our relationships, humans' relationships, and artificial intelligence in the future. Somebody else want to ask something? No? I'd like to remember everybody to please let us know in the chat which topic you would like to discuss in the future programs. And we thank you all for your attention, attending, and a special thank you to Professor Teodiano, and we look forward to see you at the next programs with us. I enjoy to meet you here and appreciate the participation of everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Teodiano.
Thank you. And you have my email. You can contact me if you want. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores.